Stellarblade is, quite frankly, astonishing. It's been years since I was curious enough about a game I had next to no idea about to actually go out of my way and play the demo, which, in Stellarblade's case, surprisingly offers a lot of meat to unpack and experience, and I'm not just talking about the protagonist and her assets. Now I've got that out of my system, for now. From the 6 hours I've spent in the Stellarblade demo over the course of 3 separate playthroughs, I can honestly say we might indeed be looking at a Game of the Year contender here. But of course, all that can change once we get our hands on the full game, which releases exclusively on the PS5 on the 26th of April. This is developer Shift Up's first attempt at a commercial mainline title, but judging from the demo and the recent 6-minute gameplay trailer alone, it does look like they're on a fantastic start. I'll have a more comprehensive review for Stellarblade coming after the game lands in a few weeks, but for now, I can tell you that the Eggman is impressed. Visually, the game looks gorgeous. There's nothing that struck me as anything other than delightful. From the game's opening cutscene depicting a mass Starship Troopers-like invasion of Earth, to the character models and in-game environments, everything looks exceptionally juicy. Now, the demo offers 3 presentation modes for you to try out: performance, fidelities, and a balanced option. I actually didn't notice any real difference between the performance and balanced offerings during my first and second playthroughs. Everything seemed to run at a near flawless 60 frames per second while maintaining a very polished and detailed display. However, running my third playthrough in fidelity mode made things a bit more interesting. Aside from an expected reduction in frame rates, which at first I wasn't too keen on, the addition of the HDR function and additional quality to character models and atmosphere was definitely more apparent. And it seems that Stellarblade has a really cool soundtrack, a nice blend of sublime and atmospheric tunes as you navigate your environments, to more adrenaline-fueled tracks like when you reach and engage with a main boss. The sound design is top-notch too, the clashing of weapons or the multicolored warning signs before an enemy strikes out, or even just picking up materials from boxes or slain enemies. It's all very satisfying. The demo takes place right at the start of the game, where we find the remnants of humankind trying to retake Earth from the Naytiba, a race of demonic-like creatures which look like they came straight out of Dante's Inferno and Agony. It's not quite clear yet as to why the Naytiba chose to invade Earth at this point, but suffice to say the planet now belongs to these ghastly and savage monstrosities, with most of the human race either wiped out or in hiding. You play as Eve. Eve, a badass female protagonist with more sex appeal than Scarlett Johansson covered in caramel, and more virtue than Florence Nightingale and Joan of Arc combined. Yep, welcome to the world of fantasy. I love it. Eve and her squad are sent to try and reclaim Earth back from the Naytiba, with most of them being wiped out completely before they can even land safely on the planet. And with the help of her commander Taki, Eve escapes her pod and helps take down the first set of Naytiba. But it's not long before shit hits the fan. Taki makes the ultimate sacrifice in the heat of the moment in order for Eve to live. And with the help of Adam, one of Earth's remaining humans, Eve is attended to before setting out once again to help recapture the planet with the help of Adam and his remote drone device.
Yes, this was the final battlefield of civilization. It was also known as a truly colossal city.
Something is falling from the sky. A strange sensation. This must be Earth's rain.
We can admire the scenery later. We have a job to do here.
Right now I'm feeling like the story is looking like the game's weakest aspect. Now don't get me wrong, it's intriguing enough right now for me to wonder what's going to happen next, you know? But there doesn't appear to be anything particularly original, And their cast of characters, furthermore, do not seem to be beaming with personality, which is a little bit worrying for me, especially with what feels like slightly lackluster voice acting from the English cast. But to be fair, it's all pretty vague right now. I'm expecting a few twists and turns as we progress through the main game, as well as meeting some more interesting characters along the way, with hopefully some room for character development. In terms of its gameplay, Stellarblade's demo offers a lot to experiment with. The first few minutes of gameplay act as a tutorial as you slash and parry your way through the lesser Naytiba, but if you want to explore your combo and parrying options more in depth, you can always go and improve your skills in the game's training mode at any time. Stellarblade seems to be based predominantly on parrying your enemies in order for you to wear them down and land some devastating damage. The game feels more Dark Souls than Devil May Cry, with more emphasis on precision and timing than flat out button mashing and a friendlier approach to evasion. The combat here in Stellarblade does feel tough, really tough, but extremely satisfying, with a multitude of combos and special moves at your disposal, like the beta gauge for example, that refills the more you attack and parry your enemies, and a whole host of upgrade options for combos, specials and suits with various properties for you to consider. Stellarblade looks to be absolutely packed with customizable options for you to experiment with. And I've got to talk about Eve's skin suit. I mean, what can I say? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But more specifically, what I love about it, apart from the obvious, is that it helped me actually play more efficiently. There is no shield with this suit, and so essentially you'll be playing the game with minimal health in what is quite literally the game's hard mode. You know what I mean. Upon dying over and over and over again, which is something you'll be doing quite a lot as you experiment with enemies and their attack patterns, the game thankfully doesn't put you back all the way at the beginning of the game like the Souls games do. So thank God for that at least. You'll come across items and logs to collect, passwords to discover, and camps which you can use to upgrade gear, fast travel to different other camps, or even just a place to rest as you switch music tracks to suit your mood. Once you beat the demo, you'll unlock a boss fight with the opportunity to explore more of the game's weapons, outfits and skills. This guy is a prick, but once you've failed 3 dozen times over and start to work him out, he's more of a pussycat really. It's a great place to hone your combat skills and try out different items to see what works and what doesn't. Patience and practice is key, there's no doubt about it. I failed hard during my first and second playthroughs, but the want to improve is unquestionable. Stellarblade will want you to finish the game multiple times over. By the time you're done with the first set of playthroughs, going in a second or a third or a fourth time with all your knowledge on the game's mechanics will inevitably make you feel like a beautiful god, or goddess in this case, of destruction. And I cannot wait to feel that once the game releases. It is great to see flesh make a comeback in the gaming industry. I love me some sexiness in my games, and Stellarblade certainly doesn't pull any punches here. This is more than just a combat game with eye candy. The level of skill required will mean a heavy investment of sitting on your ass, learning the ins and outs and intricacies in order to effectively progress through the game. There are tough times ahead, there's no doubt about that. But at the same time, with that, there's a deep sense of satisfaction that's not too far off with the likes of Elden Ring or Sekiro, and I for one cannot wait to get stuck in on April 26th. Have you played the Stellarblade demo? What did you like or dislike about it? Comment down below and like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for the full Stellarblade review as well as other content like the video on screen right now. And until that review guys, I will see you all very soon.
Oh my God!